First, though, Man United fans, does Ruben Amorim have to go?
Wow. Forest 1, Manchester United 0. Anthony Elanga against his former club.
Man United could have been here for another 24 hours. They still wouldn't have scored.
I don't think the team actually believe in this new manager either. I mean, look at the stats since he took over from Ten Hag. They are worse than Ten Hag.
In towards Joe Linton, up there with a header, and it's past Onana and into the corner. The honeymoon is over for Ruben Amorim.
The record, yes, it's not very good at all, is it?
Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. His players do not believe in what he wants them to do. I am sorry, but I just don't see it.
I'm not naive. I already said that many times. This is a sport of results, and we are in a difficult situation.
Yeah, another disappointing week for Man United. Ruben Amorim, after Man United was smashed 1-0 away at Nottingham Forest in the Premier League on Tuesday. Amorim's 9th defeat in 19 Premier League games since taking over at Old Trafford in November. He spoke to talkSPORT after the game. Was adamant that his side is slowly improving despite another defeat.
If you look at some games, we cannot create situations of goal, and they create, the opponent sometimes create more opportunities, and today was not the case. They scored in one shot, maybe two shots at goal, and we managed not to score. Again, we have to improve in the last third. We are improving the way we build up. We are pushing the opponents more to their half, but there's a lot to do.
There is a lot to do. I'm starting to lose patience. Amorim has been in charge now for half a season. 19 Premier League games, 6 wins, 4 draws, 9 defeats, 22 points. So far, right? Awful record, isn't it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I mean, in all comps, still about 29 matches in charge. He's won 13, he's drawn 5, and he's lost 11. Do you know what I mean? You're 1.5 average points per game. Awful. And you must look at Ten Hag and think, do you know what? It weren't that bad under Ten Hag. Because
2 cups.
I know you finished 8th last season, but you're 13th. The year before you finished inside the top 4. Well, you're 3rd. I think you were 3rd, weren't you? Yeah. So, it's bad. I still don't know what you're trying to do. There was a time where I'd look at Manchester United's fixtures and I'd go, they'll never lose that. They won't lose that. And now all of a sudden you start thinking, well, like you got the Manchester derby coming up. Okay, then you got Lyon, which is no given, by the way. They're a good side. Then you got Newcastle away. Can't see you getting anything from that. Then you got the reverse fixture, Lyon. Then you got Wolves at home, Bournemouth away. There's games where years gone past, I go, Man United are losing that. Now, all of a sudden, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen from game to game. If Bruno doesn't turn up, you don't play.
Yeah.
I like Xerxes. I think he will be good. I know you don't like him, but I do like him.
Why?
Because I think you can see some of his touches and his turns, he looks decent. But do you know what it is?
In what position?
10. But I think if he plays behind one of the strikers, behind one of the 10s behind the forward, I think he's good. But I just think at the minute he's playing in a system where it's all over the place.
I don't even know what our system is. I know it's 3 at the back.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where Bruno's best position is. He's playing all over the place.
Yeah, but you've got no centre forward who's playing week in, week out. So Xerxes can't build no relationship with him.
Right. Rasmus Højlund's not in.
He's not in. So it is tough for Ruben Amorim, and of course you can't let him go yet. But I think the next transfer window is key because he's got a big question. So he's got to either get the players out he wants to get out and get the ones he wants in, but they've got to be suited to this system.
Yep.
Because right now he's still trying to force it a little bit where it's not working. You're not playing very well, and when you play against a side like Nottingham Forest, the last thing you can do is let them go in front early because they're a team that don't need the ball. I think they've got the worst average possession in the Premier League. They don't need the ball, and their goal, if ever there was a goal that typified a football club, it's that goal where you have the corner.
Yeah.
And then
no surprise at all.
And he just went
because that's what he does.
Yeah, through the middle. And the moment they went up, I went, they're not conceding. They're not conceding the goal. I know you had chances to score, but
I know
Forest defensively are really, really good, especially when they're in front.
Don't give them that time. Don't give them that freedom.
Whose decision was it to let Elanga go?
That would have been
Ten Hag.
Yeah.
That is honestly. And I
agree with you. It's not a young son. We played him quite a few times.
The only thing I would say is that, and this is no disrespect, but the pressure playing at Manchester United week in, week out, as the playing at Nottingham Forest week in, week out, is a big difference. So, and
also we had Anthony just come in.
Yeah, so that I do get, but he looks fantastic, Elanga. But
he's playing in a formation and a team that suit him.
But you boys just look terrible.
I just don't get, right? I looked at our team and it should be good enough to put up a battle, right? And then I'm thinking, okay, well, we need a goal, right? What's he going to do? Now, with 2 minutes plus, I think there was 6 minutes of stoppage. So Harry Maguire comes on with 2 minutes of normal time.
Yep.
And so basically he's got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Has a good chance with the header.
There's a good chance for the header, right? But I'm looking at the team when he's coming on, and whilst he's on the pitch, right, you've got Mason Mount on the pitch, you've got Garnacho on the pitch, you've got Bruno on the pitch, you've got Rasmus Højlund on the pitch, and you've got Eriksen on the pitch.
Yep.
Okay? Some of those players I like, some I'm not too fond of. But any of them should be up front instead of Harry Maguire. I can't, any manager that looks at Man United's bench and thinks we need a goal. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this. Stuart Pearce, manager of Man City,
Yep.
brought David James as a forward, right? Nuts, right? Created havoc, nuts. Harry Maguire is a centre half.
Yeah.
He's literally 10 steps ahead of a goalkeeper. What? I don't get. I can't work out why a manager thinks that Maguire up top instead of any of those players I've mentioned is a better option. You could do more with the midfield and move players about. But I don't know, put Maguire as a...
But I think it was desperation when it was just trying to...
That's not the answer.
I know it's not the answer, but...
And that's not what my rant is based on. But my rant is based on, you've got a manager, Unai Emery, prime example. He came into Villa to go from Gerrard. They were I think, 17th or 16th.
We're level on points to the bottom three.
Now he's got them playing... instantly, that manager bounced, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. I haven't seen that with...
Yeah, but mate, you got to remember, Unai's better than Ruben Amorim.
I know, but I haven't seen any new manager bounce. And then here's my problem. I see someone like Marcus Rashford leave Man United on loan and go to Aston Villa.
And look at him.
It's not just what he's doing with the ball.
It's off the ball.
It's what he looks like.
Yeah.
His build, his body language, his smile on his face.
You know, body language, and I said this before, body language is a big thing. And when you look at the way he's tearing around that pitch, you go, oh my goodness. But he looks like he's got his confidence back. He's back in the England squad. He's playing well. He looks like he's happy. His teammates look like they love him as well.
Yeah. But that's management. You're managing a player. If they're down in the dumps, if they're not playing well, if they're not looking good in training, as a manager, it's your job. Go and sort them out.
But you know as well, that also comes with the fans, right? Obviously, me playing for Aston Villa before, when I first got there, when you feel the love and appreciation from those fans, honestly, it's different.
Man United fans love Rashford.
But no, but there was a load of them, and don't get me wrong, there was loads of them that still loved him and believed in him, but there were a big section that were like, get rid of him, it's time for him to go. And you hear, as players, you hear that type of noise. It's been all positive since they got to Aston Villa. But not only that, not only have they embraced him, he's embraced being at Aston Villa. Again, I just think for Rashford, he needed a situation where all he's known is Manchester United. He needed almost like a fresh start. Yeah. He's got to Aston Villa and he's flying.
Right, Anthony, I'm not a fan of Anthony. Waste the money.
He's flying.
He's flying. He's getting 8 out of 10s every week. They're a totally different league and and he's getting game time. And I don't think he'll work anyway for Man United. But another player that leaves on a loan deal, and he's having a time of his life.
Yeah, I don't think you could put certainly the Rashford one. He was acting a bit like that with 10
but it's the manager's job to make him feel great.
Yeah,
great managers make you feel great.
Yeah, but sometimes it's hard. I mean, I'm looking at Amorim's fixtures, and I'm looking for a period where he was quite dominant. Like, okay, well, you could see signs. And I mean, when he first got there, you drew Ipswich, you then beat Bodo Glimt, you beat Everton, but then you lost your next two. Then he had another little run where you beat Rangers, you beat Fulham, and then you beat FCSB, right?
Yeah, that's a bank, I think.
But yeah, but then again, it's like you get beat again the game after that. There's no consistent runs where it's like 6-7 games where you're winning some, you're drawing some.
This is the first time ever we've not had 2 back-to-back wins.
Yeah, that's a problem. But that's just not Ruben Amorim's fault. That's both Erik ten Hag and Amorim.
Is Ruben Amorim the right manager?
Time will tell.
Now?
Well, I don't know who's the right manager.
No, but now?
Well, yeah, because you're exactly where I'd like you to be.
No,
so for me, yeah.
Take off your Arsenal hat.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Talk to me as a football fan.
Yeah.
Are you seeing good things?
I'm not seeing anything from Ruben Amorim to suggest to me that he's going to succeed at Manchester United. But then what do you do? Start again? You can't.
No, but when you got Spurs looking at
Areola.
Yeah, okay, Bournemouth manager, right?
Do you think he'd leave Bournemouth to go United?
Right. But when you're joking. No. but when you see that, and I'm like, well, Spurs looking at him. Spurs, I think, will get rid of their manager. Big Ange come out, I think it was the day before yesterday, and said he thinks the fans now have given up on him.
No, but
first time he said that.
But I think
right?
both of you clubs are in the same bracket. Both of you need that Europa, because I think if Tottenham win it, he stays.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he stays because we've got Champions League.
I don't know.
He's not going anywhere.
I know, but we got rid of Van Gaal when he won the FA Cup. We got rid of
Ten Hag after 2.
Yeah.
No, Tottenham are not doing that. Not if they're in the Champions League, he's not going anywhere.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
But I think
step up to the next level.
But I think out of you 2 clubs, if whoever doesn't win that, they're like he's got more time on his hands. Amorim.
Could he go this? If this was his second season?
Yes, he's gone. He's gone. 100% he's gone.
Let's take calls on all the above. Man United fans, you've heard what me and Benny have had to say. I'd love to hear from you. I'm sure a lot of you are going to defend him, and listen, you're entitled to, but rather than just say, I think he's going to come good, I need reasons, not just a hunch. 03717223344. United fans, pick up the phone, and football fans, get dialing. You'll be next live on Drive on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.